Live. Hello, all newcomers, and welcome back, my fellow Aeternians. As always, it is me, Emperor AP. Today, I am excited to be talking to you about new developments in the Empire of Aeternia and what we are hoping to move forward with in the year 12,024. But the primary topic of today's video is going to be discussing building communities as micronations, because that's something that we are going to be really looking to transform in our nation for the future year. This is not going to be something that's easy for us. This is going to be something that costs, because it means managing a lot of resources. It means we're going to have to be pushing in a lot of different ways to try to stabilize ourselves and make ourselves more consistent, not only here on social media, but also just with our citizens. So there's a lot to be done. There's a lot to be revamped and overhauled and reworked. So I want to get into that with you all. If you are a micronationalist here, someone who runs a micronation or is part of a micronation, hello, welcome, it's good to see you. And for any newcomers out there, it's great to see you as well. If you don't know, we're talking about micronations, which are small, self-declared countries that are completely unrecognized by any other country in the world. It's quite a fascinating phenomenon. It's something that is a political movement in some ways and is an expression, potentially an artistic expression in other senses. It means different things to the different people who start them, but for us, we are trying to build a community around helping people who are struggling and who feel like they've been abandoned by their home countries, in particular here in the United States, people who are impoverished, people who feel like they can't get a leg up in life, and trying to work together to build a stronger community and something that has some financial backing for those people to make their quality of life a little bit better. That's what we're all about here, trying to raise everybody's quality of life. But to get into the topic of the video, this is a huge problem for us, because while we have this big idea of, oh, well, we want to go save the world, we want to go help all of these people and bring together all of these citizens and have them work in Aeternian industries and develop culture within our nation and provide us with support in all these different ways, we can't do that if we don't have a cohesive community. If people don't know what it means to be Aeternian and how to organize themselves, it's difficult for us to get things done. As of right now, that's been, for the last, I'd say, 1 or 2 years, the biggest weight and hold back on Aeternia's development is the fact that our empire and its governance structure has been primarily limited to myself and at times Tiffany supporting us and giving us extra assistance. But, I'm the one having to make a ton of decisions a lot of the time, running around, and I'm sure many micronationalists feel the exact same way, that while there may be some people who help you here and there, while there may be government officials who are able to provide insight and to give clarity to things, a lot of the time, the last person to stop working on something, the first person to have to initiate something, is the leader of the micronation. And that's completely normal. That's something that happens, I think, in most all micronations, but it's not something that should be happening. It's something that is a lack of development by our nations, and is something that I think holds back most every micronation. So that being the case, I really want to get into exactly what that is and how it develops, and then discuss with you all what strategies would be to actually come back from that. We have been doing that for 7 years since we've been founded, and we've made some improvements. We've had different times where things have peaked a little bit better. A couple of years ago, we started and developed and worked on our initial structure for our governance, and we had 2 masters of houses in the empire, which are essentially different sections of our government. And now we are something that has been actually more stabilizing over time. Like I said, we've had kind of ebbs and flows in what we've been able to accomplish at any given period. That sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. But we've really been fortunate in the fact that no matter what, we've been able to keep going. This problem culminated with, all of the rest of people's individual life problems and other problems that come up in micronationalism, tank micronations all the time. This is something that kills micronations, is just the fact that so much time and effort are put on the founding members that it becomes incredibly overwhelming for anybody else to really keep development of it, and it becomes a hassle. So that being the case, I'm excited that you all are here, and I want to see if anybody's given us a comment yet. If you haven't, definitely feel free to reach out to us. It's good to see everybody, and I'm excited to see who's here tonight. As we keep going and keep talking about this topic, I do want to say a lot of this is based around individual experience. I'm going to be talking about my experience developing Aeternia. You all should be talking about and thinking about what it means for your nation. And if you can provide us some context, hey, this is so-and-so, and we've been having this issue, and this is, why we think things haven't worked, or this is what we've done that's worked out really well. You can teach us a lot about growing and developing in that regard. So that being the case, as we keep going, we are really trying to push for not only just the growth of Aeternia, like I said, in more citizens, but really, really honing in on developing what those citizens are doing in Aeternia. So that's the first big way that we're trying to actually improve the problem. We've discussed a little bit of what it means, but when we do this, when we are trying to overcome this hurdle and say, I don't want to just be the only one doing this anymore. I don't want to be stuck and trying to push this. I need people's help. We have citizens, we have people who help out from time to time, but how do we actually get that to be more consistent? Well, your initial thought might be, you just, assign those people duties and those people will fulfill those duties and you distribute them and it's fine. Life doesn't work that way. Most people who have time to develop micronations have, a fraction of their time to develop them. Most people, very few, if any people, are truly profitable in micronationalism. I don't think there are any completely professional micronationalists. There may be some of the big names, maybe the leader of Sealand, maybe now the leader of Molossia, but I'm not sure if he considered himself retired or a professional micronationalist. Maybe the leader of slowjamastan, but I'm not sure if he would say that either. There are very few, if any. And so when that happens, it means that even if your micronation makes money, all of those micronations make a significant amount of money every year. That doesn't mean that they're able to fully commit to it. They can't give all of their time to it. And even if they could give a lot of their time to it, you only work, a 40-hour work week. If you're in the United States, you may work a 40-hour work week as a full-time job. Some people, of course, work a lot more, trying to do overtime, trying to get extra money to survive. But for the most part, we think of full-time as a 40-hour work week. So, thinking about that you want to spend time with your family and do other things, there's going to be so much limit on yourself. So you have to grow beyond that. But you can't expect other people who aren't the founders of that micronation to put in nearly the time that the leader of the micronation is going to put in, right? So even if you're putting in 40 hours a week, 80 hours a week, something like that, you can't expect that other people in your micronation will. Now, if you're able to pay people a full-time job salary, sure, yeah, maybe you will get somebody to work 40 hours a week on it. But that's going to be rare, and it's going to be something that takes a long time to get to. So in the meantime, trying to develop based on what people are interested in your micronation, why they joined your micronation in the first place, is huge. That's what we've been trying to do slowly over time. Every time a new citizen comes to the Empire of Aeternia, we have in our citizenship application, why did you want to join? What is it that you're interested in doing? What got you interested in the Empire of Aeternia? We ask all these things, one, so we know a little bit about what people think of us and why they're interested in developing and joining micronations, but also because it teaches us a little bit about the person who's joining and about what it is that they see themselves doing in our empire, which is the step to moving them into a position. If you can't pay these people, or if you can't pay the citizens that are helping you very much, it is important to make sure that those people are still getting benefits in some way, that they're still feeling like it is worthwhile to be a part of the nation. And that's tough, let me tell you. You know, we have developed the throne room. We've done all of these different things out at Vitae. We have, you know, created our website and our micro wiki and all these things that have been big projects that have taken more than just us to do. And yet in our Discord, forget to mention, all of those things are not done alone, but they're not 40-hour work week job. You know, they're not people spending grinding on them all the time. It's people who we asked out of, you know, the goodness of their heart to do something, and they did it. And it was lucky of us that that happened. Sometimes we'd have a little celebration or give a special shout out or thanks to those people. But, you know, a lot of the time it was just people wanting to help out and doing what they could. So knowing that you can't do that forever, knowing that you can't rely on people's, you know, just when they can kind of help out here and there, that becomes a strain on people. You know, if somebody asks you for a favor once, that's okay. You know, you might be eager to do that, to help somebody out. But if that favor is a weekly favor, then it's like, oh, okay, now this, you know, sometimes I have to go and do different things, and it gets in the way a little bit, and it can be uncomfortable. So even if the person is perfectly happy working regularly to develop your micronation, it can be incredibly taxing on them. Trying to make sure you're more than understanding of people's time and their abilities is the first thing. You know, I keep saying the first thing is another thing to focus on. So we're not only trying to understand why people want to join and helping them join, but also understanding that there's going to be a very heavy limit on what it is that they can do. Ooh. One moment, everybody. Tiffany's coming in to try and help me with something. It is actually freezing out here in the RV. So.
There's another here somewhere that's much better.
Yeah.
So for right now, I have you this one while I go look for the bigger ones.
Oh,
I got a
thank you so
kerosene one, but I don't think it has any kerosene in it, which means we wouldn't be able to use it because that's the fuel.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna have to move your setup for just half a second.
We should be able to just get it right there. Huh?
You take this.
Okie doke. Thank you guys for being patient and hanging out. Again, let me through. Excuse me. Let me know if you guys are actually sending comments through. I'm not seeing any come through yet, but maybe it's just a quiet night. Also, thanks for liking the video. We have like 4 likes. It means a ton. We're trying to get this heater set up actively because it is freezing. Let's see.
I'm gonna go look for another one because there's a bigger one that's like really good, and you can put it right.
Got it.
Right there.
Got you.
On the other side of that door.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Because that one, super tasty. My parents used to like keep it in their room like all the time because my mom was like, it's cold.
Yeah.
I think it's just because we're real close to the attic door.
Yeah.
So, and the attic is not insulated.
Fair.
So it gets cold back there by the doors.
I appreciate it, love. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think this is perfect for right now. It's also a small space. I don't think it'll take too much to heat it.
But that thing will like super toast you up. You feel like you're back inside.
Thanks, bud. I
And
appreciate
until it gets this roof finished, you can't even turn on.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
you could turn on the AC in here.
But yeah.
Because the AC unit should also have heating in it.
Yeah. But it's not. I don't know. Might have to check it out, clean it and stuff.
Okay. Well, we try that. I'll go see if I can find a bigger one. It'll be better.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey, I love you too. I appreciate you. How do you turn it on?
I don't know. You pick it up. It says it still works. Let me see. You do your screen. Let me see.
Okie doke. Sorry, everybody. Good to see you out there. We're having heater dilemmas, but the big thing that I was saying is just that it's important for us to understand people's time and ability. Yeah, it seems like it's trying to kick on, but it's not getting it. That's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna look for what.
Oh, wild. What? Oh, you have to set it down. Smart. Yeah, so it doesn't just stay on forever.
And it twists.
Hey, nice.
It's not me moving it, it's doing it.
It's just doing it? Okay. I was silly. The heaters have a thing on the bottom so that you can't just heat it forever. And it burned down your house. So there's a button on the bottom that if you don't have it set flat on the floor, it won't turn on, which is smart. And I didn't think about that. And so I was holding it up like this, like, oh, why won't it turn on? Very silly. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. Passing it around.
Okay, so just
Appreciate
put down
you.
the ground.
Yep. Got it.
I'll be back just a little bit.
Thanks, bub. 3 years. Goodness. Tiffany's being super cute. If you guys don't, well, you wouldn't know. I don't want to get it wrong. Yesterday, in fact, was I was about to say 2 days ago. It feels like everything's blurring together. Yesterday was Tiffany and I's 3-year anniversary. So we did some fun stuff together. I stepped away from the social media and from trying to do a ton of Aeternia stuff. And so we just got to spend some time together. It was super cool. But that being the case, getting back into the video topic, enough disruptions. It's incredibly hard to have anybody support and try and develop and put in effort towards something that you're doing, whether it's a micronation, whether it's a business, whether it's, anything that you're interested in doing. The important thing is to make sure that those people are enjoying themselves, that they're having fun, that they feel like the purpose that they're going for is worth it. So that means some development, which means some effort, which means some difficult times, but a lot of it is going to be celebration. A lot of it is going to be recognizing those people. And that's something that we had been really lackadaisical on, really, we didn't put a ton of effort into initially. It was only a few years ago that we actually started really going out of our way to regularly recognize people who support the channel and who have developed as a part of Aeternia and who have joined our government, done things like that. Because those are really that's kind of the period that we started. But even still, we weren't doing enough. There were people who were helping us out tremendously. And though we give them the occasional shout out or thanks or, talk about something that they're doing, that was entirely different from adequately supporting those people and giving them things in return for what they gave us. And so this last year was our first time doing a Foundation Day celebration where we actually went out and had an in-person celebration and thanked those people who have been a part of Aeternia, just showing them. In fact, I have, if I turn the camera a little bit, if you see that circle, over there, that is Tiffany's Foundation Day award. And then if you see over there, that's the one that they made me, which was super adorable. I had made everybody else's. I didn't expect one for myself, but it was super thoughtful. We had a celebration. We had these awards given out, and it was fun. And it was one of the first times that we've really been able to come together in a larger group. Before that, 3 years ago, we went and visited our Master of the House of Master of the House of Treasure, Stephen Vince. And that was in and of itself an incredible experience. But it was a one-on-one thing. We went to Microcon just in 2022. And that, again, was also just a, mind-boggling experience, but a small group of us, myself, Tiffany, and Stephen. And so last year was the first time that we were able to gather a larger group of people and really have a bigger party for Aeternia. And we want to start doing more stuff like that. I understand that all people who develop micronations can't do that regularly. You may not have even enough time to go out and regularly recruit citizens. So how are you going to, how are you going to go out and throw a party, host a party, pay for the food, pay for all the stuff? That being the case, one of the things that you can do if you're trying to develop online solely or primarily is to have events online where you're celebrating those people, much in the same way that you would in real life. So, hosting a live stream like this and telling people thank you, hosting a Zoom call. When we first started our government a few years ago, that was something that we did regularly, was trying to host Zoom calls to meet with everybody, to hear everybody's opinion, what they were thinking, and to try and get things done. And so having more and more of those ways for people to feel included and for people to feel like they're actually empowered by the nation to do something, that they have some authority, is super valuable to people who want to join micronations. I think a lot of what people seek and what I sought when I was, joining micronationalism and trying to think about developing my own eventually, was that it was super important to me to feel heard. I felt like, in the nation I came from, I wasn't heard. My opinions, because my family didn't have a lot of money, didn't really matter a ton. And that it was going to be hard for me to get anywhere where my voice did matter, and where I could do a lot to change things. So that being the case, I hear something. It's a person or a dog. Um, uh, trying to um, trying to develop Aeternia was something that was really trying to soothe a sore spot in my soul, so to speak. A lot of alliteration there. Uh, because I was trying to feel empowered like that. So the more that you can help people to feel empowered, the more that you can support them as they develop in your nation, you're going to see that those people keep returning. You're going to see that those people really care about investing in it, in your nation. For us in Aeternia, whether that is the initial joining of your nation, actually saying, hey, this thing now, I see all these people getting awards and celebrated, and potentially even getting given gifts and things for being a part of the nation. It feels worth it to me to now join and become a part of that and to support it. And so the same thing for anybody else. It can also be based around ideas. When somebody else joins, it may not be so much for that. What am I going to get out of it? But it may be, hey, I really want to see this particular goal achieved. We talk about, we want to help people. I want to see by 12,026 that we have the first um, the first 5 residents out on Vitae and developed and living or whatever. That's just an example of something that someone may want coming into Aeternia, or saying, I would like to be living in Vitae by 2026 or whatever. And so that's something that they really want to go to. Or I want Aeternia to be the largest recycling center in Alabama by the year 2050 or whatever. Those types of things are passions that somebody is joining because they think that your nation has the authority to try and tackle and the ability to try and improve on. So the more that you can start aiming and aligning your goals with the goals of your people, you are going to see a strong increase in the amount of support that you get, and also a strong increase in the amount of cohesion in your group, the amount that those people want to stick together and they feel like they're tight knit and they feel like, they really have something to go for. And it makes all the difference in the world. I imagine right now, a lot of people around the world celebrating different holidays, especially as we approach the new year. And it's really a great time to start thinking about, why is it that we feel these times are so magical? Why is it that, you know, we feel like we're nicer and kinder and share more and give more during the holidays? And I think it's because we feel wrapped up in that community. It's because there is this sense of the thing to do outside myself. There is this sense of passion for the season itself, for the holiday and the spirit of it. And so if we can really get behind those ideas and start developing things for our micronations that work on that basis, we will have, I think, a tremendous amount of increase in what we're doing. Again, it's not something that's going to be simple. It's not going to be something that we can just, you know, kind of set up and go. Like everything we've done on this channel, it's going to be a long process. It's going to be something that we develop a little bit and it, you know, kind of wobbles here and there and kind of works a little bit, and then we're improving it a little bit more. The good news is we've actually started already. We have developed a lot in terms of Aeternia's social media. So again, reaching out to you guys here on YouTube, talking to people on our Discord, our Instagram, our Twitter, or X now, all of those different places, super, super important for trying to connect, but that doesn't necessarily mean regularity, you know, so we're trying to increase that and improve there. The other big thing is those events, trying to have those digital spaces where we can come together as a larger community and make decisions and work on projects and share art and do things like that, and even to be able to incentivize those things with special perks. So, you know, right now there's not a ton that we can do as far as individual growth for Aeternians. We can't go to anybody and say, hey, here's $1 million, thanks for being a part of Aeternia. Hey, here's, you know, a car for being a part of Aeternia. Hey, here's a house. We're working up to those goals, but the idea right now is to be able to take somebody who is desperate and excited to be a part of something bigger than themselves, like I felt like I was in starting a micronation and then developing in this community, and pushing that forward and really trying to say, okay, what is it that can make this person connected to others? So again, sharing those kind of community events, having regular holidays. Tons of micronations love developing their holidays. They put them out there and they'll take a picture on the holiday and they'll post it on Instagram and people will like it, and that's kind of it. Some micronations go a little bit farther and they'll give special honors during holidays, or, you know, they may host a little speech that they give or something. Maybe, again, rarely doing some of those Zoom meetings, which really are bigger things, or Discord calls or something. Those are bigger improvements, but even still, a ton of people are lacking on it. So the more that you can add those different little pieces together, the stronger a holiday you have, the stronger a celebration you have. And so right now, even though we've already started that, we're piddly at it. We're small and not developing it a ton. So that's a big thing for 12,024. For this next year, one of Aeternia's resolutions, one of our biggest hopes, is to actually start developing this community more and its response to itself more. We want to have events where you guys are able to come and hang out with us and, you know, share your art. We may say, hey, there's an award for somebody who makes the coolest piece of art. We're going to display a like museum feature on our website of their art for a week, and we're going to give them a shout out on all of our social media, and so and so. Hey, if you can create Aeternia's next so and so, we're going to be able to give you your own GIF or your own little sticker in our Discord server, so that you will have your own special thing to say. You know, from the Empire of Aeternia, I was able to create this one sticker. And so the more that we keep pushing for that, the more that we keep trying to make these little community events, the more that I think it'll work for you guys. But let me know what you think. Even that doesn't even have to just be for citizens. I'm of course really focused on citizens. We in fact have 2 new citizens that are one new citizen and one about to be new citizen. that are coming up soon that I'm excited to talk to you guys more about. But that can also be for foreign dignitaries. You know, you all with other micronations coming in and saying, hi, I'm, you know, Emperor Von Doom from the Draconian Empire, and I have submitted for the Empire of Aeternia so-and-so. You know, I want to bring this to the celebration. I want to do this as a special connection to Aeternia and its history or whatever, or our friendship with Aeternia, our alliance. The more that you can get people to participate in those events, and the more that you can create things, you know, create and develop art and music and you know, conversation even out of all of this stuff that you're doing, the more tight-knit that community gets. And again, we've been bad about it because we've been kind of wishy-washy. We've been sometimes in the Discord and sometimes more on YouTube and sometimes here and there, and never really just consistently building. So this past year, in addition to trying to develop with Vitae and our physical borders and our structure of our capital territory, we've also been moving into trying to structure the YouTube channel. So as you guys know, we've been doing more for our patrons over on Patreon, giving them a special thanks, which by the way, our patrons, Eric24, Eli Mayer, and Gaspanova, you guys help us to do everything that we've been doing. Thank you guys so much. But those patrons get an extra video, you know, not an extra video, excuse me, the video for the week early. So a lot of the time we try and do a video every single week. This week we're actually doing a live stream instead of a video because it's the new year and we're celebrating, and so we wanted to do something kind of light and take a break. But we do have this, as I'm sure a lot of you are, but we do have this big push for trying to stabilize the YouTube channel. And so in doing those extra things and trying to have videos come out once a week instead of just kind of here and there, we're really able to start making the channel more consistent and growing it more quickly, getting more of your feedback and telling us what sucks and what doesn't. Excuse me, video cut out for a second. And that is huge for us. So that's been kind of the first pillar of that community development, is trying to stabilize our social media. In particular, we've been focusing on YouTube. We want to get to Instagram and Twitter and X and TikTok and all that stuff, but we have not been able to secure that. So YouTube's the primary focus right now. That's where a ton of efforts have been. And then what we want to do next actually is start working with the Discord. I think the Discord is going to be our next big conquest in the year 12,024. As the Emperor of Aeternia, I feel like it is our duty to be more connected as a community. It is a necessity that Aeternians know each other personally and are friends and are close and understand what it is that each other wants out of this and understands what it is that we can do for the larger community, because I only have two eyes. I can't see everywhere. I only have two ears. I can't hear everything. I can't know everything. So in fact, a lot of the time, being so absorbed with what I'm doing, trying to develop the next video or doing this or that, I tend to be super blind to the community. And so I really need people who are passionate about this community, Aeternians or foreign dignitaries, to come in and say, hey, this is what we're thinking about, and this is what we think you should do, and this is what we can do to help and to contribute regularly. Because that's the foundation for a potential alliance between our nation and yours. But also, it's a way to develop this culture. It's a way to develop a culture for your nation, for our nation, and nations in between, and the people in between, the alliance that we would be working on. But that Discord, I think, is going to be the platform for that. It's going to be the basis for all of those connections we're trying to make this year. And so in addition to continuing to further stabilize the YouTube channel and bring you guys higher quality content, do all this crazy stuff, we're going to be, again, trying to stabilize. We're not going to keep adding to it and stacking. We're going to start trying to create consistency, to create formulas so that we kind of know the level of work that's expected from us week to week. And then we're going to be trying to use the rest of our efforts to beef up our Discord, which will then in turn actually provide higher quality to our content. I heard the hardly even know her, but what was the first part? Oh, heater. Tiffany's got these jokes. She said, heater, I hardly even know her. I appreciate you.
Is it good?
Yes, this is plenty.
You didn't even drink it.
Oh. I thought you were just asking with like stuff. I was like, yeah, I've got a lot of stuff now. Thank you. Perfect. That's good. Thank you. Checking out the light. It's decent, right? We have a light shining back there to try to light up the flag a little bit more, because when it's off, it looks atrocious. So I'm trying to hide it a little bit. Hope it looks cool to you guys. I think it looks pretty fancy. You can come say hi. Oh, she peeking in. She peeking in, but she's not enough to see. I'm gonna turn it.
No.
She won't let me show her on camera. I understand. Oh, could you do me a favor?
I thought you said you were good.
That's true. I am good. Actually, not. I'll figure it out at the end of the stream. She's got a cool Stitch shirt on. Tiffany, one of her favorite characters is Stitch, and this Christmas she got flooded with Stitch merch from myself and from her family. But she has a few in particular that she's been excited about wearing, some t-shirts and stuff, and some socks. Got some cool socks. Also, I hear a baby cat, but I don't see it.
Yeah, he ran inside.
Yeah.
I had to have Isabella help me, because I was like, I had the tea and I had the other stuff. I just opened the door and he's gone it.
Dang.
So she would have gotten it for me. I was like, cool, thanks.
Gosh.
So he's probably whining.
Gosh. The only thing I was going to ask about was if you know if people are commenting on the thing and I just can't see it, or if it's just like a quiet thing. I appreciate you guys like it. Again, like 4 people, 8 likes, 3 people, 8 likes. I appreciate you guys. Sorry if you do have comments that I'm just not seeing. Greetings to everybody. Happy early New Year. If you are commenting and I can't see it, I'm sorry. Oh, 9 likes. Thank you guys.
There are so many attacks.
There are. Oh gosh, I just can't see it. I just can't see it.
Hey, Kingdom says hi. Imperial White One says you cheated. You teleported in the stream. Hi, that's me. And then Edwin
Portillo or whatever.
Portillo says hello.
Yeah.
Long time no see.
Good to see you, Edwin. Good to see you, White One. Good to see you. No Kingdom of No
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe. Good to see you. My apologies.
Kingdom of Kushti says greetings.
Hey, Kingdom of Kushti.
Flores, David, Aeternia, and all caps.
Great to see you, Flores.
White One says my internet, and then he puts a buffer.
Oh goodness. Also, let me know how the quality of the stream is, guys.
Flores, David says bro same. That one says this is AP crashed.
Uh-oh.
Edwin says greetings from the Empire. Santa Fe says same, have to go now. Republic of Unity says hi AP. Kushti says, I feel like if I had stayed in the city and away from Kushti, the nation would have died. But actually bringing people out and being forced to develop it has really helped solidify the nation.
Hey, that's great.
Republic of Sheepland says hi. White One says 40 is a work week. Republic of Unity says, how do you do a citizenship application for a micronation?
Great questions. A ton of great questions.
There's more, but I don't know.
I want to see. All right, guys, bear with me. Oh goodness.
Just leave it. I'll just read you some comments.
Okay, you
I'll
sure?
probably just go looking for questions, and as far as ones that say morning, I'll just leave.
Fair. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. I was gonna say, I wanted to see if I could like exit the stream and come back in and see if it would fix it. Just saying, leave it. Okay. We got 7 people though. Oh goodness. Great question. And sorry, who was that by?
Republic of Unity.
Republic of Unity. Great question. Also good to see you. I didn't say hi to you. How to create or fill out an application for a micronation? It's a great question. It all depends on what your micronation is looking for. Ours started off incredibly basic. The most important things you're going to want to get, in my opinion, are people's contact info. So, you know, people are, the way that I do it is a Google form. You can use Google Forms for free if you have access to Google, and you can, or a Google account, I should say. And you can create this form, and there's a special setting if you just learn Google things about Google Forms, or you know, take tutorials. There's a special setting that allows you to automatically take in someone's email for a form. So it requires them to submit their email in order to submit the form. And that is a great way to have a direct way to contact somebody. But just in case, even if you do have that setting turned on, generally someone's name, their email address, their Discord username, if they have one, especially the name and email, I would say make required questions, things that you have to fill out in order to submit the application. And those are going to be the main things. Age as well, pretty important, so that you know what the capabilities of someone joining your nation is, or even if they're at an age that you would consider allowing them to join your nation. It would be ill-advised to let people who are particularly young join and develop your nation unless you are also somebody of a similar age. So all of those things super important to think about. In addition, oh yeah, come hang out. Tiff wants to come hang out on stream. Also, it looks like we have a cute little candle. It's not a candle, it's a spotlight type thing, but it's not working out too well. Tiff's in. Ooh, she's got the Stitch backpack. Ooh, she's in here. Ooh, we're doing crazy memes. Good to see you, everybody. If TRC is in here, hello. That's Arjun. That's our newest citizen. I thought I heard the name, but maybe not. She was trying to get it. Do you want a chair, Tiff?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I get to sprawl out on the floor.
Okay, you want the heater?
I'm down closer to it than you are.
Fair. Ooh, show everybody your hood. Do you mind showing everybody? Tiffany has such a cool thing. I'm distracting from the video. I'm so sorry, everybody. Tiffany looks legitimately badass in this hood. Look. Ooh. Ooh, Tiff. The Aeternian Avenger. The knight uh, of honor and of brutality.
If the person who sells this jacket wants to sponsor the Empire of Aeternia, I will shout it out.
They should. They 100% should. It's a very cool jacket. She looks mysterious.
Very good cause. It's great.
She looks like she could be from like the Star Wars universe, or even like a badass like ninja girl, sneak you in an alley. I keep cursing. Yeah, she has flowers. There's like a wolf on it. I'm sorry to change into, oh, let's talk about the jacket, but it's just awesome. She got it for Christmas, and I was very, very hype about it. It's super cool.
I got it for Boxing Day.
For Boxing Day. Happy Boxing Day.
When it came in.
Everybody.
But I bought it in sale.
Day after Christmas, Boxing Day. Super cool.
Anyway.
Thank you, sir.
Richard Taylor would love it.
Ooh, I do think Richard would love it. Richard, if you see this, let us know. Let us know what you think. There's a wolf. It also looks cool. Like, yeah, 100%.
Okay, on to the next question.
Thank you, Tiff.
Republic of Sheepland says, do you have power at the Tay, or is light powered by a generator?
Ooh, these are great questions. So we aren't actually at Vitae right now. We do not have power at Vitae, which sucks. We're trying to get power at Vitae. In fact, our RV is not out at Vitae. We want to bring it out, but as of right now, we don't have it fully running, and it needs new wheels. So we can't put this, what would effectively be like our emergency shelter, out at Vitae until we can get it properly insulated, properly repaired as far as being a vehicle and operating safely on the road. And once we can do that, we can put it out there. And also getting our driveway done. I have so many complaints about getting our driveway done right now. Me and the local government are like beefing. It's a whole thing. We're not really beefing, but I'm annoyed with the bureaucracy of it. It's a whole thing. But
Edwin Portillo, gas taxing, aka the support for citizen situation is relatable.
oh, for sure.
Swanland official supplies Swanland?
Slawland?
Can I see? Can I read the
Like coleslaw?
Like
Slaw? SLAW?
Slawland?
And then EN land.
Slawland? Good to see you, Slawland. Thank you for being here.
Uh,
Good to see you, Slawland. Thank you for being here.
Portillo says, congratulations, AP, on the anniversary. Slawland said, what time zone is Aeternia located in?
Thank you so much, Edwin. It means a lot. I've been super lucky to have Tiff in my life, as well. Again, thank you, Edwin. I appreciate it. As far as your question, Slawnland, we are in the central time zone. So right now it's 5, 6 o'clock, something like that. 6:03 here. Yeah, no problem.
Edwin Portillo says, don't think you can see comments. Slawland said, oh well, I'll just look at the map on Micronations. Trains Gamer 1 said, hello from Eldona.
Eldana, we're trying to get it. Let me see something.
Waywood said, yeah, you can't. Waywood says, I sent him a message on the Edwin Portillo said, yo.
Hey, I got it. I
mean, on the micronational.
I read it.
Well, let me finish all the way to where you can see it. Edwin Portillo is East Coast, USA, I believe. Close to the East Coast, but we're more central.
Alabama.
Transgamer 1 says, is Aeternia accepting mutual recognition treaties? You're going to answer the question?
So the Empire of Aeternia does not do mutual recognition treaty because we recognize all micronations. First off, thank you guys for shooting up the views as soon as the comments turn on. It means a lot. Adonis, great to see you. Yes, 100%. Aeternia does not do mutual recognition treaties simply because we recognize anybody who calls themselves a micronation. We may not agree with your micronation's policies. We may not support your micronation for what it does if it does things that are harmful, but we recognize all micronations. So to get recognized by us, we call you a nation. If you call yourself a nation, we call you a nation, and that's all there is to it. So 100%, we already support you. You don't need to worry about a mutual recognition treaty for that. As far as an alliance, we have specific economic conditions. Yeah.
So you're there. The next one says, Slawland thanks Edwin. It is located in Alabama. Slawland said, so it's 5:53 for them now. Edwin says, my pleasure. Slawland says, my time is 0:54, so 12:54. And then
Oh, wow. So it's
the
midnight
last
for you
three are
guys.
where you're at.
Thank you, Tiff. I appreciate you.
I gotta go greet these people.
Got you.
I'll be back.
Sounds good. We have guests, apparently. Okay, we're back. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Sorry about the difficulties with having absolutely negative ability to read comments. Edwin says, AP dropping the best foreign policy. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, we do accept all micronations. We are recognizing of all micronations. Now, in order to develop an alliance with us, which some micronations say an alliance is just we agree to support each other if we get in a fight or if we need something. That's perfectly fine. Completely understandable. Historical context and everything. However, our definition of an alliance is primarily economic, meaning that our nations are tied together in a close contractual agreement, much more so than just recognition and foreign diplomacy. We will have foreign diplomacy with any nation that wants to, except for those that we have specific moral concerns about. Holy Demonian Empire, great to see you. But that being the case, we really restrict it only based on our feelings about the individual nation. So definitely recommend hitting us up, letting us know who your nation is and what you're interested in, and we can talk about ideas from there. As always, aeternianempire@gmail.com. We have our website where you can submit stuff, a whole bunch of different places to just talk to us and figure out what it is you can do, what it is you like doing, and how we can work together. for an alliance for us, a lot of the time it's based on development of some kind of thing we need or something you need, some mutual exchange. So that's kind of a whole nother level. It's a very difficult thing. Very few people get alliances with Aeternia just because we're trying to be rigorous with it. But we have had our first in a long time with the Draconian Empire, and it is simply based off of creating digital content for one another and supporting one another. So if you feel like that's something you could do, hey, I could make content and talk about and hype up the Empire of Aeternia, I would do that, then yeah, reach out to us, because we definitely need it. Thank you guys for hearting the video. I appreciate you guys. Trains Gamer says, is it possible to visit Aeternia? Of course it's possible to visit Aeternia. It is currently restricted. So as of right now, Aeternia is 100% a construction zone. And so that means that, you know, it's undeveloped. There's not power there. There's not water there. So we really wouldn't be able to host anybody overnight. But even just for a social visit, because of the Empire's lack, Vitae, our capital territory's lack of actual driveway connection to the road, we can't have anybody try to pull their vehicle up. So if you wanted to have special access, for example, we let a film crew have special access, but only while a citizen was there, while I myself were there with them. We can have somebody come out under special circumstances. You just have to fill out a form, you know, reach out to us. We don't even advertise that form, because as of right now, until we get a driveway out there and a few other things set up, we only want to allow ourselves and special citizens, as well as other special access visitors onto the property. But we hope within the next month or so that we will have our driveway completed and that we can put that out and be good to go. One of the biggest annoyances that we have is that we've actually purchased the culvert that we need to put our driveway in, which was, you know, several $100s just to get delivered, not to mention getting installed and all of that. We're going to fortunately have the local government do that, which will reduce costs significantly. But in addition, we have to put in these concrete head walls, which they're requiring us to have sloped head walls, because we're in a you know, non-level terrain. We're kind of on a hill, and so that being the case, it is absolutely annoying, because every concrete place that we contacted, any that does prefabrication and stuff like that, is saying we can't make those. You have to get those poured on site, which is horrible, because that's going to jack up the price a ton and also extend the time that it takes us to actually finish the driveway by a lot. We're hoping that we'll be able to luck out and find somebody who can do these, but most places we contact says they have no idea where to even recommend us to go. So we're in a real pickle with that. That's going to be a big update coming into the next year that we talk about. That's a frustration. That's going to be one of our big obstacles to overcome. But the quicker we can push through that in this coming year, and the quicker we can get done with it and just have that driveway, you can get access to Aeternia much easier. We're going to start trying to push to actually have regular visitation to Vitae, to have tourism actually starting to develop in Vitae, to provide literal tours in Vitae, but also to start selling items out of there, to start having social events there, and to really make Vitae a place that is lively and active and fun. And feels more like a close-knit local community. So again, for right now, that's far off for us. But technically, yes, you can visit Vitae. You can visit the capital of the Empire of Aeternia right now if you had the special access to do so. You'd have to reach out to us. And again, right now, it's a lot of hassle, so I kind of don't recommend it. If you wanted to, if you were like, it is my dream to see the Empire of Aeternia and I need to see it now, then, you know, you could reach out to us. If you lived nearby, great. If not, get a hotel room somewhere nearby. We'd have to set all that up, but it's possible. It is technically possible. Great question. Edwin says, I've been trying to develop an economic treaty where the central banks would agree to recognize each country's currency and establish a fixed rate. I think it would be a good foundation for the future. Absolutely. That's incredible, Edwin. I definitely commend your development. I would say that's not only a great idea for reaching out and developing with other nations, but also whatever local community your micronation is a part of. That is something that we have been pushing for a lot here in the Empire of Aeternia. In particular, we are trying to get to the point where we can purchase and develop, which probably won't be this year, maybe next year, the year after, not 12,024, but maybe 12,025 or 12,026. We want to actually get a money transmitter's license, which would allow us to take the imperial note, Aeternia's currency, which you can actively buy on our Etsy, and make it into a transactable currency, make it into a transactable medium, I should say. Medium of transaction. There's a bunch of different little terms for it. But essentially something that is legally, we are legally registered as a business in the state of Alabama, once we get that license, to issue these notes and to say, hey, you can own so many of these notes and we will trade them for US dollars or for Canadian currency or whatever it is that you want. As not a bank, we can't hold credit or establish credit or make loans, but we could develop specifically a money transmission business, being able to issue our own money, which is super powerful. It allows us to connect to other local businesses and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you want to learn more about that concept, you can look up money transmission licenses in your area, but you can also check out a video that we did in our micronational economics series. If you haven't checked out the full series, I recommend you do. And one of those videos is talking about, I think it's like 3.5 or something, micronational economics 3.5. We talk about the money transmitter's license and why we're trying to go after that, what we're trying to do with it. And just go into a lot more detail. So definitely check that out if you haven't. It sounds similar.
Now that you can see it, everyone's, oh, sorry.
Jumping in and commenting.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I appreciate you guys. Again, sorry for the headache of that. I didn't know if it was just like, oh, it's a slow night because it's Christmas. It's not Christmas. It's almost New Year's. So everybody's, during the holidays, not hanging out. Luca Racer says, wow. Yeah, they're definitely doing a lot. Holy Demonian Empire says, is there a legal process to get into Aeternia? Yes, there is. So, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of my tea while we talk. The biggest thing that we have to focus on is, as of right now, the fact that it is, like I said, undeveloped. So there's an incredible liability to someone being out at Vitae. So we make them fill out a similar form to the citizenship application, but it's not for citizenship. It's not about them joining the empire. It's instead a form to discuss their interest in visiting Vitae and to discuss what it is.
Hey, they can't see you.
Ooh. Oh, goodness. Can you guys not see me? Oh, wow.
It's just sitting on that.
Uh-oh.
That's all I see.
Has that been that way the entire time?
Yeah, like anytime I click on it.
There
Oh,
it is.
there it goes.
Okay, cool deal. Thank you guys for being here. So yeah.
Yeah, Trains Gamer 1 says we can see.
Oh, thank you so much.
It was just my phone messing up that time.
But yeah, this is a great question, Holy Demonian Empire. Essentially, we just have to make sure that you understand the risk of being out on an undeveloped piece of property that's an active construction site, which is difficult. Again, it's not anything great to see right now. We're still slowly developing it. If you want to get an idea of what's out at Vitae currently, all you need to do is check out our videos where we actively build at Vitae. We have, building the first dwelling out at Vitae. We have the garden that we started to develop.
The first on the land.
Yep, when we first purchased Vitae and, founded it as Vitae, putting up the sign. All of that stuff you can check out.
Tomato orange
Tomato orange?
is the color.
Oh, yeah, tomato orange on our sign. That being the case, you can check out that for the time being. Once we get that driveway in, that should be the time that if you're eager, if you want to be one of the first ones to visit, that would be the time that I would recommend you come by.
You're delayed.
Sorry about the delay, everybody.
That's your voice.
Gotcha.
Was not lining up with your lips.
Makes sense. Trains Gamer says, could I, the leader of another micronation, become a citizen of Aeternia? This is a great question. As of right now, you cannot. Tiffany's shaking her head no. So in the Empire of Aeternia, we specifically want everybody who is a citizen to have their primary micronational interest be Aeternia. So you can have your macronational citizenship. You can have your citizenship to your home country. For example, I still have my US citizenship, but I am a citizen of the Empire of Aeternia as well. This is something that is incredibly important to us because, like we talked about earlier, even when you have people who are 100% committed to developing your micronation, even if you're the founder of it, you only have so much time that you can commit. You can't even commit to it most of the time as a full-time job. And so that being the case, dealing with...
Because it takes so many more hours than a full-time job.
Correct. It does take a ton. And so when you're developing a nation and you're doing all of these things, it's incredibly important to think about that and about...
Stop messing with it.
I'm trying to set it. Yeah, I'm trying to set it. But earlier you were talking, so I was going to pull it off to let you talk. Okay. Train says you are delayed from your voice. My apologies.
No, he just talks weird.
I'm just magic. I'm a ventriloquist. Give me 1 second. I'll hop back out and hop back in.
No.
Hey guys, I hope it fixed it. If not, we may be stuck like this tonight. But that's a great question. Again, no, we do not allow other micronational citizenships in addition to an Aeternian citizenship. The reason for that, again, is because we want to provide special benefits to our citizens. So as we continue growing, you know, we want to start having special celebrations out at Vitae. We want to have our founding day out at Vitae. We want to have, you know, special like concert events and stuff like that out there. We want to have farmers markets out there when we get our own produce and when we can find others who make their own produce. We want to start doing a lot of that stuff. And we're going to give our citizens either reduced price access in some circumstances or completely free access in other circumstances to Vitae and to those events. That being the case, it's something that we want to see our citizens dedicated wholly and fully to Aeternia as micronationalists, not to be dividing up their time. We've had an issue with that in the past where we have had citizens of other micronations, before we developed that policy, come in and help us. And it's incredibly wonderful because we do get a ton of new insight and we get the thoughts of other micronational leaders, which is super valuable. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't give us enough per citizen to really make it worthwhile, if that makes sense. Nothing against you in particular. You may be the hardest working person we've ever met. And in which case, you know, again, we would love to have you. We set that out as general practice. But that doesn't mean that we can't work together still. That doesn't mean that our nations can't do things together. Just because you're not a citizen of Aeternia doesn't mean that we can't partner and build things. So definitely reach out to us. Again, aeternianempire@gmail.com. We have a few different nations. A nation recently dropped us a comment talking about that concept. And so we really didn't get to talk about it a ton, but that's going to be the idea, is trying to create new alliances for those who are developing their own nations and can't become citizens of Aeternia, but still want to do something and still want to work together. That being the case, let me know if my voice is still off or what's going on. But I wanted to bring up the concept of quests, which is something we have not talked about in a while.
Friday side quest!
Hey, Friday side quests. That's something that we did out at our local university, which you guys will have to check out. We did a video called Asking People to Fight Me, or something similar to that, Asking People to Battle Me. Asking Strangers to Fight Me, I think was the name of the video. What was it? What was the name of the video? I thought it was like Asking Strangers to Fight Me or something. Tiff's looking at. Tiff's got an idea. But so in doing that video, we did something that we call like Friday side quests or whatever, where we were going to try to regularly go out to our campus and interact with people and talk to them about Aeternia. We did it once. We're wanting to do it again in the new year, but we haven't gotten started on another one yet. That being the case, we have been developing another quest type that has fallen into that category pretty regularly in the background here in Aeternia. We've done it even longer than the Friday side quest things as it have existed, but we've never gotten to really put it into practice, and that is quests in general. We have wanted to create a method for people to work on specific projects for the Empire of Aeternia, almost like bounty hunting, where we're saying, hey, we have this particular issue that's going on here in the Empire, and we want you all to solve it. If you solve it, here is the reward. You get your name shouted out on our website, or you get, again, a special sticker in our Discord server, or you get maybe a small letter sent to you in the mail if you live in the US. Different things like that would be ways that we would be trying to get more work and to get basically a way to outsource a lot of the things that we have trouble with to speed up the process of development for us. So again, especially trying to do a lot with our Discord server and trying to build up our community this coming year. We want to be able to make something that is of value for you guys, so that if you are a citizen, or even if you are not, if you are registered in the Empire of Aeternia's excuse me, I'm blanking, in the Empire of Aeternia's prestige system, you can very easily connect to developing and finishing quests. And all our prestige system is effectively our licensing system. I don't have my wallet on me right now, but if I did, I would show you my citizenship license. You can get them either as a... Yeah, asking strangers to fight me, Micronation side quest, the name of that video. Thank you, Tiff. But the idea of quests is going to be big for us this coming year. So trying to see what others are interested in doing will be big for us. Let us know. In particular, I think right now I'm going to want to drop the first two quests, which are going to be, one, to design a game, an in-person game. Well, I will go back. It doesn't have to be an in-person game, but to design a game that can be played by Aeternians as a cultural game. It has to be unique. It can't be, oh, GTA 5 or Fortnite or whatever. It can't be something that's from another culture. You could modify a game from another culture, and that would work. But a cultural game for the Empire of Aeternia, and we will do, again, a big shout out for that, and I'll even let you name the game. So whatever name you come up with will be what we call it and what we use for it. In addition, we will have you specifically celebrated as the founder of that game in the Empire of Aeternia and a part of its culture. So let us know what you guys would want to do there. And then I might drop a second one before the end of the year. We're going to probably do one more live stream on New Year's or day before New Year's, I guess, on the 31st to celebrate with you guys and to say thanks. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually have this one for an Aeternian game extend out to the end of the first week of January. So we will go to, let's say, you get it? Good job, bro. Let's say to January 7th will be the day that we start. Ooh, hey, Aeternia live stream. Got me. Does it look backwards on there? I'm curious if it does. You think it? I guess it would look right from their perspective.
No, look.
Hey, perfect. Thanks, Tiff. That's how we should start every live stream. But so we want to drop those quests. That's a part of what we're getting to in this whole video, is to say that we're trying to develop our community. It's important for micronations to develop their communities, and our solution right now is quests. And so we're going to be developing quests, and specifically developing them in the prestige system so that you guys can start to tackle that. So If you want to do that, email us, reach out to us again at aeternianempire@gmail.com. At a certain point, I am going to post on our Discord a link to fill out the applications for the prestige system, as well as trying to submit the prompt and the reward for the quest itself. We're going to create a special channel on the Discord called Quests, where we post those quests. So if you want to check that out and you want to try and complete the quest, let us know. And again, best luck to you in developing your fame and fortune here in the Empire.
We have a bunch of
We do. Tiff said we have a bunch of items for the side quest. Ideas, yes. We do have a bunch of ideas for side quests as far as doing things in the community. But as far as this one, as far as this prompt for you guys, let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what an idea would be for that. Again, we're going to post these quests.
Just do like, what's the one? What other things? There's hidden things, little aids, the background, the videos. So try to find all of them.
Very true. Very
And
true.
then if you find them all, first one to find them all, you get something.
Ooh, that would be another good one. That may be a good one to release in the future. For sure. Like to be
There's
like,
a video scavenger.
ooh, how do you guys feel about that? I don't know if you guys heard the fire Tiffany was just spitting, but a video scavenger hunt may be one that we do in the future, where we like hide Easter eggs in the videos. Some of them may be videos, some of them may be live streams, and you have to find all of the different ones and put it together. We'll like set out a number. We'll see if everybody finds all of them. And if you do, you'll win a special prize. That'll probably be something that we like send out to you, a nicer thing, because that takes quite a bit of effort. But let us know. Multiple things. Gen Z brought up, hey AP, you could quest to create a unique Aeternian cigar like Cuba has with their world famous cigars. That's a great one. Again, another good idea for trying to increase our community support and our culture. As well as providing cool benefits to citizens. If somebody knows how to create, Gen Z, if you know how to create cigars and you're making cigars, hit us up, pitch it. We will for sure do that. Are you saying it because you'll be like, and then I'll win, and then I'll get it because I am the cigar king of Northwest Florida or wherever Gen Z lives?
You gotta make sure they're of age for the state that they're in.
Oh, for
the
sure.
Country that they're in.
Well,
You can't just be sending it out to 12-year-olds who won the scavenger hunt. You're like, it's a 21 and up only scavenger.
No, we wouldn't be getting we wouldn't send somebody a cigar. No, he's saying you should offer a quest where somebody has to make a cigar for Aeternia. Yeah, like Cuban cigars, but like Aeternian cigars.
Still.
You'd have to be 21 to send us the cigar. I guess so, yeah. Your parent has to send
You don't want a kid to learn how to make a cigar.
That is true. No children submit to cigar contests here or anywhere else. Clear warning. But that is true. That is true. Very concerned. EJ says, a very curious question. If I live in a micronation, and how do I open? Great question. You live in a micronation, how do you open? Like, how do you submit for the contest? If you do, again, reach out to us. Links in the description for our email and our website. If you just want to reach out right now, we're also going to post links in the Discord and again on our website. We may even make a post here on YouTube advertising again the first quest. Reach out, let us know, and we will talk about it soon. Aaron says, what have you guys found? When you guys found your Vitaean clay, was it apparent how big of a pocket of clay it was? So that's a great question. I think it's just about all over our property to a certain layer depth. We have a nice bit, because this property hasn't been used in basically 30 years. It was purchased in 1990 and nobody did anything with it until we purchased it. There is a thick layer of nice high quality soil that has just been from, plant matter degrading, animal matter degrading on the surface, and actually building up rich soil. Once you get, a few inches, 4 or 5 inches under that, you start to hit a little bit of kind of a mix of the soil and clay, and then you really start getting into some of the red clay. And so I think that's pretty consistent throughout our, the capital Vitae. That's not something that's real difficult. As well, we have not put out Vitaean clay or our, I'm gonna tip it all the way over, watch out. And I'm falling straight onto we have not put out our Vitaean clay yet, or our little Aeternian hatchet on the Etsy shop. So if you guys would be interested in purchasing those, it would mean a ton to us as a Christmas present, a New Year's present, if you guys wanted to buy any of that. But let us know. If we're being slow and you're somebody who's like, oh, I've been waiting for them to put this out, let us know. But we're going to be putting that out soon and really hyping them. So if you guys want to purchase something from us, if you're like, I don't feel like joining the Patreon because I don't want to do a monthly subscription or whatever, if you purchase something from us, you just show it off in a video. You could be like, I got the only Aeternian Imperial hatchet. Look at this. Nobody else got one of these. Ooh, yep, got them. Using it for our nation improving, getting better. Or you could just use it to gloat on us. You could be like, I bought your thing. I bought your precious thing. Haha, come get it. And that we would appreciate it for sure. It'd be a big way to support us. Jinzi said, unfortunately, I being 18 can't make one, but I know how. Fair, also smart. Again, don't make cigars, children, please. You're not a child, Jinzi, but still, don't make cigars. Period, people. Unless you are a cigar manufacturer who can send us cigars. But also, I don't smoke cigars. So this is a very weird concept in general. We would be doing I, at least personally, in Aeternia, don't smoke cigars, but people, I don't know why we're talking about cigars. Appreciate it. Hey, Arjun joined us. Arjun, great to see you. We were talking about the first quest to be released. This is something that, again, I think you're going to like. Arjun and I have been talking regularly about the development of Aeternia, in particular, our community. Our Discord has not been what it needs to be, and our YouTube is trying to get built up more and more. So you guys being here with your 8 views and your 12 likes are giving us a ton of watch time. But in addition to that, you are really heavily supporting us in the Discord, and we're not doing enough to build up that momentum. So what we want to do is to start doing more things there. In particular, we're starting to develop these quests. Arjun, I was just telling everybody about the launch of our first quest, which will be essentially us, outsourcing our labor and our needs for the Empire, in addition to supplying a reward. So the first quest released by the Empire of Aeternia is going to be to create a cultural game for the Empire. This is going to be a game, again, that must be unique. It can be a digital game, it can be a physical game, but it must be fairly simple, and it must be your own unique creation. It can't be something else it can't be another video game that you just use and say, oh, this should be Aeternian, or it can't be, some other culture's game that you just kind of say, and then this is Aeternian. You can put a spin on any of those, but it must be unique, and we will have the best one win. They will get to name that game, and they will also get, again, shout-out credits in the development of that game, and as well, even on our website and in the YouTube itself, in the YouTube video that we put out about it, excuse me. We're going to be playing this game. We're going to be probably hosting an event to play it, so definitely let us know. Again, we're going to be submitting the official announcement for this quest here now, but in addition, for a post here on YouTube and a post on our Discord and our website to make sure that everybody has a good, fair running start. And we will do that until the 7th of January, which will be the deadline. So get started now. You've got basically 2 weeks to get on it. And 2 weeks, 10 days to get on it. Definitely let us know what you guys are interested in, how you guys are doing, if you've come up with any progress. And I can't wait to see the pitches. When we do the live stream for officially announcing it, I would love to have some pitches prepared and just talk through people's ideas and kind of do almost like a championship bracket to break down which ones are the best ideas until we get to our winner. But I hope that provides a lot of excitement for the community, and I hope that game is a way that can get us to like connect together, and these quests can be something that start to bring us together. So if you're not already a part of the prestige system like Arjun is by being a citizen and having a citizenship license, or you can have a foreign dignitary's license or a sovereign's license, definitely reach out to us. Again, aeternianempire@gmail.com, on our website, anywhere else, and we will keep going with it. Jinzi says, for the game, you could have a game where two teams have sticks and hoops. Teammates will have to pass the hoop between themselves as they advance down a field. The opposing team will have to attempt to intercept the hoop during passes. That actually sounds hype. Jinzi starting with a strong start. This is a strong game. Okay, Jinzi says, and there would be a slot at the end of the field for scoring. Okay, we are, first off, marking this down in history. Jinzi said this idea first. Jinzi, if you could please hit us up either via email or Discord about this, or even on our website, and just submit this idea like in writing there, it would mean a ton. We will categorize you down as the first submission. Appreciate you. We will be big hype on the rewards for this. This is again our first quest, so we will post the official list of rewards in a little bit. But that is a great question, or that is a great submission, I should say. Sorry, I was reading Aaron's question next. But Jinzi, 100%, I think that is a great idea, and I would say the best way for us to get started on that. I want to get more detail. Definitely reach out to us, because I want to ask you more questions about it. Are the people trying to intercept the hoops with other sticks? In which case they might like stab somebody. Like are the sticks like foam and they're like padded, so maybe it's like softer, easier to do. Maybe people do it with their hands. Like this is interesting. I'm hyped. Hit me up. Also, Arjun reached out and said the Discord does need to grow. It would be great to advertise it on other servers. This way we can export our ideas faster. A great idea from Arjun. Again, one of the remarkable pieces of support by one of our citizens. If you don't mind, Arjun, if you can tell us which Discords, which nations Discords, which groups you think would be good to start sharing our ideas with, definitely reach out. Definitely let us know. And also for anybody else who has a Discord and wouldn't mind shouting ours out or letting us shout ours out on your Discord, please let us know. We're looking for any and every opportunity to advertise and to collaborate. So that is a huge deal for us. Definitely reach out. Again, great idea from Arjun there. Aaron asked, what is Aeternia's goal with metal refining? Recycling, casting, plates, tubes, bars, etc.? So a little bit of everything. We are trying to develop a metals casting industry, metals refining industry. So what we do right now, we have a ton of cans, aluminum cans, as well as we've done copper. And we are melting those down to recycle. First off, we just use a ton of aluminum and copper and other things on a daily basis, like anybody. And so when you're constantly running through little materials like that, you start to think about, well, alone, this really doesn't make a ton of money, but these things are valuable, you know, when they're cast into good products, when they're made into something people want, they're valuable. And so one of the things that we're interested in particular is trying to develop an industry where we are able to make our own aluminum, copper, and so on and so forth, other metals items, even getting into precious metals eventually, for sale by the general and purchased by the general public. So we just want to create a casting industry. This is going to be something that starts out, we've actually already started out with a few small pieces, and I'll grab them here for us as we talk. They're shown off here on our back thing, but I will grab a few different ones. Da 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 da, and you guys get to hear me singing. In fact, a ton of what we have here on the back shelves are actually different items that we have already cast out of aluminum and copper. So I'm going to show you guys a few real fast. First one, an easiest one that we have created, but yet something that's taken a long time to perfect, is our aluminum ingots. This is a polished ingot, as you can see right here. Pretty shiny, pretty smooth. Of course, not perfect, but it's getting there. It's getting pretty dang shiny, pretty dang nice. And so this is an aluminum ingot that we had for sale for quite a while, for 6-8 months, something like that, on our Etsy. And it just didn't sell. We tried to initially market it more for people who are interested in doing their own metal casting. But again, I think aluminum's easy to come by. So if you guys want official Imperial ingots, we do have them and we can sell them to you. Just let us know, because again, having having to pay to have the Etsy sale up is difficult for us. The advertisement there on Etsy. So another little thing we've made is a little small knife. I actually have been meaning to put a handle on this knife. You can see there I tried and didn't work out too well, but this is a little aluminum knife we've made. In addition, this is the thing that I've been trying to sell to you guys and pitch. This is a little herb, or whatever sort of hatchet that we have made here in the Empire. We actually cast this directly out of aluminum, and we've carved it into this special little shape to be used. It can kind of be used as a hammer, although since it's light and aluminum, it's not great for that. Primarily for cutting little things. You could, if you wanted to, you could use it for skinning animals, stuff like that. But for a lot of it is cutting up herbs, breaking small branches, doing small pieces of woodworking and stuff like that. And then as well, we have here engraved in the handle, actually laser carved into the handle, laser burned, I should say, laser etched into the handle, is the arrow of progress, which is the same thing on our flag. You can see behind me there. So again, if you guys would like to purchase this hatchet that has this nice copper wire wrapped around it, just for a little aesthetic purpose, fits pretty comfortably in the hand. If you guys do want to buy this, let me know. Again, you can reach out to us an email for us to set this up, and we can actually set up an Etsy page for it pretty quick. Again, it costs us money to set up the Etsy pages, so sometimes if we don't think something will sell, we won't put it up. But let us know. Again, this is one of a kind. We may make more in the future, but we may just leave it at this one. So if anybody's interested in these, let us know. But we have those 3 so far. So these are 3 valuable products that we've created out of aluminum alone. Not to mention, we even, as I drop everything, we even have the ability to make more specific items and things that are more cast. So I'll go to the less fancy up to the more fancy. One of them, this little eagle's head here. We have this little eagle's head pendant that has some grasses on it that we have been trying to cast in wax, not in wax, in is it plaster? What is it? Not plaster. Resin, UV resin, that we're trying to actually cast this in order to make a pendant. So this is one thing. It's we carved a piece of wood out and have kind of decorated it up. We actually need to patch up a few places on it since it's been sitting out, but we're going to make this thing nice. It has this beautiful eagle's head on it, and this is something that we've made for sale as well. So all of these, again, contributing to Aeternia's culture and supporting us. This is a little statue of Gaia that we made. This can be, we have an idea for what we want to do with this now. It's taken a while for us to do that, but actually Arjun helped us out with thinking of a great idea for it. So we have been supplying stuff like this and trying to make more even higher quality cast products. So going from, again, ingot to little knife to nice hatchet to eagle face to full-on statue has been a big improvement in the Empire's abilities. And then that all culminates into our copper casting as well. This is one of the highest quality pieces of copper we have cast thus far. This is the first Yes California calexit coin, which we are actually contracted right now to be creating. So this is a financial benefit that we have had in the Empire of Aeternia's metal refining industry. You can see it's stamped 1 out of 10 there. It's actually not stamped, it is cast. This is all cast in copper, one solid piece of copper that has been cast and ground down. You can actually see we cut off a support there and polished it down. But these are going to be made 10 out of a set of 10. As of right now, if I point in the correct direction, you can see there's this one, and then there's two others behind me on the shelf. There's one that is still attached to its rigging, and that's just because it was a defect. But the other two are good calexit coins. So we have 3 out of 10 made right now. We've had issues in the manufacturing process of these. You know, for every one that we make, we'll have 2 or 3 failures. And so it's become quite expensive to just keep failing at that. So what we've done instead, and these are the 3 highest quality that we've gotten so far. The other ones have, you know, had misprints, the numbers didn't fully come out and stuff like that. So for the rest of them, we actually have some upgrades to the furnace. So we've officially shut down the furnace for this year, and we're going to start it back up in 12,024. But when we do, we will come out bigger and better and able to make the rest of these coins and finish this delivery. So that being the case, this was a big project that we were contracted for. We've never done anything this crazy, this high a detail, or even, you know, anything to that caliber, especially with something as hot, as high temperature metal as copper. So we have these things that we're doing, improving along the way, and we eventually want to get to make custom items for you all. So if you want us to make the coins for your nation, or your decorative celebratory medals for honoring people in your nation, that's what we want to get to do. And we're trying to show with products like this and products like this that we are actually able to make specific detailed casts, that we are able to do things of a high quality you can purchase from us and be guaranteed that we'll be able to make the thing you want. So if you guys are interested in contracting us for some of our services, especially in aluminum, because aluminum is a ton easier for us to make things out of than copper, but for any type of metal that you want us to make stuff with, definitely reach out to us, aeternianempire@gmail.com, or again, our Discord, our website, any and all of that. And I'm just going to pick up our few things right here as we finish talking and hanging out for the evening. I hope everybody's well. I know all of your... Oh, thank you. Are you going to want to go inside in a minute and let us eat and hang out? Cool deal. Okay. So in that case, guys, in a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and chow down on some pizza, continue enjoying our cool Christmas/New Year's break. But for right now, I want to keep hanging out with you guys for a little bit. Again, the more you guys hang out with us tonight, the more watch time we build up, which makes us real close to 3,000, which gives us some, you know, some perks on YouTube. 4,000 watch time hours will give us monetization, full-on ad revenue from YouTube. But 3,000 will get us into super likes and doing stuff like that. You know, exclusive paid videos, stuff like that. So if you guys want to support us, keep hanging out in these live streams. We're going to keep doing them, and it's huge for us because right now we hit 1,900 watch time hours as of a day or two ago. And so with you guys continuing to help us push and grow and watching more videos and sharing the videos and connecting more people to us, building our audience, we've already hit over 2,500 subscribers this year, which is huge. And now getting to almost 2,000 watch time hours means we're halfway to our goal of 4,000 for monetization. And we want to try and get that by the end of the year. So if you guys can help us push, you know, starting not the end of the year, 12,023, but the end of this coming year, 12,024. So if you guys want to help us make that happen, help us keep pushing, hang out in the live streams, like the videos, share them, you know, get in our Discord, do whatever you can. Send us your cool content that we can share and show off. Make an alliance with us and let's do something. So again, thank you all so much. Real quick, let's keep talking. We got a whole bunch of comments. Okay. TRC says that is a great idea, Gen Z. TRC says mock governments, other micronations are a great way to start advertising the server. We will have like-minded people, new people joining the server. Completely agree, Arjun. Gen Z says, for submitting my idea, I would use the contact feature on the website, or is there a specific spot for that? Just the contact feature on the website is perfect. If you just say, hey, this is my submission for the thing, or honestly, via the context of it, I'll know. Just if you don't mind including your name somehow, or some, you know, whatever you would like us to address you as, please include that so that we can hype it up properly. And we can talk about it more and more as the date comes on. Edwin says, ugh, Wi-Fi went down, missed a big chunk. Does the Empire have the capability to customize engravings on the ingots? Yes, 100%. We sure do. The way that we would probably do that wouldn't be super deep. We would probably etch it for right now. Eventually, we will get to the point where we could actually cast a specific custom engraving, but for right now, we would probably chemically etch it. So if you wanted something, what it would look like is the ingot, and then you'd have a very shallow part that is maybe a little bit more dark colored, or even if you wanted it polished up, we could, but it would just be a thin layer that says whatever you want on it, or even has the shape that you want on it. So let's say, Edwin, you're saying, my nation has these special ingots which enrich us in aluminum, and we're wanting to do this casting with them. We want our nation symbol. We want the arrow of progress, or we want the Edwinian, stag, or whatever it is on there. In that case, we could actually, print out the thing and do the chemical etching of your symbol directly on there. 100%. If you bought some from us and you wanted them specially etched, that would probably need to be a custom order, because we may want to, add a little bit of an increase on the price for that, because we're going to have to take each one and do this process. But we could 100% do that for you, absolutely. And again, the more you buy, the cheaper it would be per one, like bulk ordering works with anything. But thank you, 100%. That's a great question. TRC says, I forgot to mention, I forgot which micronation it was, but there is this empire that instead of adding member states to grow their empire, they accept other territories into their own empire that are not governed by the people that own it. Instead of adding member states to grow their empire, they accept other territories into their own empire that are not governed by the people that own it. Interesting. So they're saying, that's a tough one. We tried to do that at one point. Arjun, that's a great point. We didn't maybe have the experience to do it right at that time, but we had a territory called the Kingdom of New Maryland that eventually became the Territory of New Maryland, that joined us for a short period of time. That was basically that, long distance person saying, hey, we give our territory up to Aeternia to allow it to be run, but that person is the only other person on that territory. They own it, they control it, and so even though we would govern it, at a certain point, the leader of New Maryland had to actually step away, just due to personal issues, and so that being the case, they couldn't govern New Maryland anymore. And so since they couldn't be a part of the government of New Maryland anymore, or be a citizen in the Empire anymore, we had no way to communicate to that territory anymore. And since they live on that territory, they may not want that territory recognized as an Aeternian territory anymore. I don't think they would have had a problem with it if we asked, hey, could we keep using this as Aeternian territory? But there wouldn't have been much practical benefit to it at that point. And so it was very difficult for us to let that go and to break away and say, okay, New Maryland is dissolved. But we had to do that because that was the risk that we ran, accepting a territory that we do not fully control into our nation. And so as of right now, our strategy has been that we want to own every single piece of property that is a part of Aeternia. We want to legally own it ourselves. That way people can come in and live there and govern it and run it, and we can be fairly hands-off, but we know that it's never going to be a separated part of our empire. It will always remain intact and connected to us. Now, that leads to lots of opportunities for us to buy or rent space from others as we continue to grow in the future, and for territories to become a part of our nation that way. But I think if we were going to do something like that, Arjun, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think we need to try and figure out a way to make it work for us, because there's, again, a limit to what we could do in that scenario. So maybe if we could increase, make certain that whatever entities run that territory day to day would be able to commit to doing certain things, or that we're guaranteed certain things from that would help a lot. Or if we could even maybe just make the vetting process really particular. I'm not sure that what would require it, but what it would require to get to a higher standard. But I agree with you that that would be a quick way to advance. We just need to make sure that it is very stable for our nation going forward, because eventually we want people to live on these territories. So, you know, it's difficult if we can't ask somebody, hey, that territory you said is a part of the Empire of Aeternia, I have 6 people right here who are about to come knock on your door. They're living there permanently now. If those people are not cool with that, which they probably wouldn't be if they own that piece of property, then it limits really what we can do there. So there'd have to be a real great benefit to us for us to want to acquire territories that the empire doesn't directly legally own. Liverclaw says, hello from Liverclaw. Hello, Liverclaw. Great to see you. Gen Z said, I believe that would be the Gen Z says, I believe that would be the empire that shall not be named. I appreciate it. No, I don't think that's who they're referring to, because TRC is specifically saying like that they're not adding member states, right? The micronation that you're referring to is one that specifically, and they're not a micronation anymore, they're a whole other thing. Anyway, that group does not, they call them member states. They're governed by their own groups, they're their own kingdoms and whatever, and then they kind of just fall in line. I think what Arjun is talking about is something different, where they're saying they don't have their own governments at all. Those other territories don't. They're directly incorporated into the nation that they're referred to, or that they are controlled by. They're just giving up those assets. But that is a great conversation, guys. I definitely appreciate that. I think that's something for us to look into legitimately. We just have to figure out, you know, the value proposition there. We have to figure out whether the costs of investing in that territory and supplying it resources and materials and our own time and efforts and expertise is worth what we would get out of it. Because we would love to say, we want to start businesses there. We want that territory to start producing and making money for us and benefiting the local population there. So we want to start farming there. We want to start, you know, doing metals refining there. We're going to send equipment there. And if we did all of that, and then that territory in 6 months or 5 years or whatever ended up not being a part of us, it would be rough. Of course, 5 years would be a lot better than 6 months, but nonetheless, it would be tough to part with after so much investment. We would have to have really, really been profitable in that for it to go in our favor. Edwin says, customization can be marked up and attract multiple groups of people to buy them. Great point. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good strat, actually. Yeah, we should definitely do that. That's going in the mental notes right now, because that's part of what we're trying to do this coming year, is to start launching like a ton of different products and to see what sticks. So they may not all be going at one time. We'll probably drop like limited editions. So it may be like, oh, we're offering special customized engraved ingots, limited edition. Oh, we're offering, you know, the Imperial hatchet, limited edition. And then we'll see if they sell well. And if they do, we may do another issue of it, another run of it. But that way it keeps our costs down, because we have to pay for every single product that we're trying to sell on Etsy. We have to pay monthly for it to just stay on the site. And so if we don't, you know, make money from them, then they end up costing us more than it's worth. It's not much, it's a few cents, but still it adds up when you have 5 or 6 or 10 different products out on your Etsy. It becomes huge. So if you guys want to purchase stuff from us, by the way, Imperial Market is the way to go. It's etsy.com/the Imperial Market or Imperial Market. You can also find it directly through our website. If you go to the Imperial Market, eternianempire.wixsite.com/the Imperial Market, you go to, I think, shop or like products or something. It's in there. It may even be called the Imperial Market on the website as well. Let's see. Arjun says they're very active on MicroWiki. Gen Z says, TRC, think you're talking about the S-word empire, the kind of a sore subject. No, I think Arjun is talking about someone else. TRC says Australasia or something. I got to read that territory part again to make sure I'm getting it right. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. Again, I'm excited to to see how it turns out. Again, these are all like great avenues to explore. It's just what's going to provide us the most bang, what's going to provide us the most value in the coming year. Liverclaw says hello. Great to see you, Liverclaw. Also, again, one of the things we talked about a few streams ago is trying to do another micronational risk tournament. The person who won the last micronational risk tournament, I don't want to give up too much, but they have actually applied for citizenship in the Empire. And so things are looking good. I'm excited. If they end up getting citizenship in the Empire and we finish it out and we have them as a part of the Empire, Aeternia is going to have a new champion on its hands. You better get ready. I sucked in the last micronational risk tournament. I was garbage. I got knocked out like both times immediately. There was one round where I survived till like the last 2 or 3 people and then got kicked out, and then it was up to the last 2. I was garbage. I thought Aeternia was going to have the bag in its own tournament, and we didn't. We are going to come back with a champion. We will have somebody represent Aeternia who won the last one, so you guys better come with the heat. We're going to hopefully have that micronational risk tournament within the first couple months of 12,023, but just, you know, keep checking. Again, hang out on our Discord. Let us know what you guys want to see and what you'd be excited about doing, and we'll try and prioritize things in that way. Also, again, just hang out on the Discord, hit us up, ask us questions there. Like, even if we're not doing live streams or anything else, just spam our Discord. Like, don't actually spam it, please, but hit us up with questions, talk in there, you know, engage with each other, post memes. We have a meme channel and all this different stuff. We have like foreign diplomacy channels and stuff. The more you guys hang out, the more it gives us the ability to understand what you guys want and to start hosting more celebrations and reminding more people of these streams, getting more people hanging out with us every time we go live. Again, right now we just hit 10 viewers for a second. We're back down to 9. You guys are giving us, if you hit 10 viewers, 10 seconds of watch time for every second that's here, 10 minutes of watch time for every second we're live, for every minute we're live, 10 hours of watch time for every hour we're live. So that's huge for us. That's going to quickly rocket us up to 2,000 from 1,900. So again, keep helping us push, guys. Gen Z says, yeah, that's what got me thinking the S word. Got you. Arjun says, most people who join Australasia itself do so as a household. Usually the family sends us a request to join the Empire, and after providing information and being deemed suitable for annexation, their house will be a town for the Empire. That's crazy. It's cool. Like, I think that's a unique way to do it. I also think it's a way that like provides kind of nice stuff if you can keep up with it. Like, if Australasia makes enough money or just puts in enough money, you know, if the leader just, you know, invests enough in the Empire itself to do this, they could be sending like nice gift baskets or like yearly thank you baskets to the different towns that are a part of Australasia, and making those families feel real included and having something they're like looking forward to every year as like a little care package from the Empire. We would love to do something similar for our territories. And yet, again, it's really about like where we put our money right now and being real careful about how we try to develop so we can develop as quick as possible and make as much money as possible to grow as fast as possible, and really support people adequately. So that is our ultimate goal. While we do want to do all of these things and get more popular and be more successful, we're ultimately trying to help people as much as we can. Again, raising that you know, minimum quality of life, that base quality of life, up as high as possible. So the good ideas, though. I think this could bring a lot of talented people to the Empire. Aaron says there's an opportunity to create aluminum or copper trivet. What's trivet? Can you, or is it trivet? Is it a French word? Or, you know, what are the origins of trivet or trivet? Hit us up. TRC said, Arjun said, could Aeternia do something like that? We certainly could, but again, our big goal with territories is to have that be something that we can fully control, or at very least something that is guaranteed to provide us some economic benefit and a place to house our citizens. So, of course, while the citizens who own the property would be people who, of course, are taking up the property and using and living on the property, we would want it to be a place that people locally could gather to seek help from the empire. If we say, hey, we have a territory in Washington State, we want people who live in and around Washington State to be able to visit that territory, to be able to live at that territory, to be able to apply to live at that territory, even if they have no connection to the people who are there. And we want to be able to grant citizenships and be able to send citizens from one territory to another territory to live or to work if they want to travel and visit there, need a change of scenery or whatever. We really want to start, again, providing lots of benefits to our citizens. So while we're trying to grow the image of the empire and while we're trying to grow our community as quickly and as rapidly as possible, we want to be very particular about how we grow our citizenship and how we grow our territory development. Because again, all of this hinges on the fact that we're trying to provide more benefit for our citizens and provide more development for our territories. So if we have 800 territories, but none of them are developed, it doesn't help us a ton. That being the case, guys, I do need to head out because my phone is about to die. There's a ton that Aaron says, so I'm going to try and read his quickly. He said spatulas as well. Oh, another quick, easy sale item is thumb supports for keeping a book open in your hand. Just small arts you can stuff your thumb through to help splay the pages on the spine with one hand. Man, I dislike letter limits. I appreciate it. Bookends are also doable in casting given their size. Agreed. Depending on your local market, vocations can also inspire other small sale items. I used to sell marlin spikes where I used to live. It's a small tool to help with rope work on a boat. Either helping to untie or fix a loose end to an anchor point while working on it. Great idea. Again, my phone's on like 5%, so excuse me if it just dies all of a sudden. Empire of Whitewind said, back, can APC chat now? I can, I appreciate it. We're about to like dip though, because my phone's gonna die. Gen Z said, hey AP, when it says email, is it like asking for my email? Yes, Gen Z, it's asking for your email specifically, your email address. Aaron says, those spoons that you rest stirring spoons on or other cooking utensils while they're not in use and keep them from spoiling your countertops or soiling your countertops. That's a great idea. Is that what those trivets are or trivets? I'll have to hit it up. Whitewind says, I don't know how much longer I can stay, but I'm working on that project for the possible alliance AP. It's currently at 384 slides. Geez, that's so many slides. I appreciate it. I'm hyped. We gotta discuss. Hit me up if you can send me any like updates. I would love to do it. Liverclaw says, a new law I put into place for Liverclaw is no racism. Good law. Wait, Aaron says, eBay is also a viable sales option. Agreed. I need to hit up more eBay stuff. And also, again, we're just getting into like recycling more, which is great. We have more recycling stuff we're going to do in the future. In 12,024, Chad Cook says, hello, TRC. Arjun says, I think alliances provide the most value because of mutual benefit for both nations. Agreed. We do need to focus on alliances. Chad says, how do you become a citizen of Aeternia? I got $40 and it's my birthday. Chad, whoa, hit us up. You can apply for citizenship on our website, aeternianempire.wixsite.com/imperial market. That's a crazy thing. The link is... hey, thank you so much for applying to become a citizen. I appreciate it. Chad, I will reach out to you specifically and talk to you about that. Sheepland says AP's phone battery died. I did. I'm so sorry about that. Aeternia forever, everybody. Thank you so much. Gen Z said, I'm going to email my suggestions. See you later, Aeternia forever. Great to see you, everybody. Again, White One, thank you so much for being here. I know we didn't get to talk a lot this stream because, well, I couldn't read the chat, but it means a lot. For anybody who happens to come back and see this for a second, thank you so much. And Aeternia forever. Aaron says, trivet or trivet are the things you put under hot pots or pans when they come off the stove or out of the oven. Cool deal. Thank you. Also, thank you for whoever, I think, just liked the stream or maybe liked it earlier and I just didn't see it. Whoever joined back, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Again, if it's Chad, you can apply. It seems like you already did apply. But thank you so much. I'm heading out. Eternia forever. See you guys. Not even Odd joined and said hello. Thank you for joining last minute in the stream. It's great to see you. If you're new, we're a micronation, the Empire of Aeternia, and you should check out some of our stuff. It's great to see you, and until next time, Eternia forever. Also, no, you're good. Don't even worry about it. It was my fault. The stream like shut off early. It was a whole thing. My phone died. But we appreciate you being here. If you want to subscribe, if you want to learn about micronations, and hang out with us. Check out past videos as well. Tiffany, wonderful person, hyping us up, helping out with promotion stuff. So yeah, check out the videos. Check out our throne room. That was a lot of what the live stream was today. Was our throne room. Also check out our Christmas video we did because it hadn't been getting a ton of love. But appreciate you guys and Eternia forever. See you.